Hello everyone and welcome sa rationalization part natin where we answer final mock test questions. In this case, questions number 66 to 110, mainly about analytical reasoning. So right now, we have here the questions and then I'll explain to you how to answer them. So for part 1, we have word analogy. Ang sabi dito, each question consists of either a single word or a double word analogy. Single word analogy meaning isa lang yung hinahanap. Double word meaning dalawa yung hinahanap nating pair of words na katulad nung relationship dun sa question. So, ang kailangan natin gawin is to analyze the relationship between the given pair of words, yung nasa question, and select the option, yung sa mga choices, that best represents the same relationship. So, for example, we have here sa number 66, ang sabi dito, the first word pair that we have is pitch to baseball or pitch is to baseball. Ang baseball could be the game itself, by the way, or it could be the object, yung bola mismo na ginagamit nila. So, we have to determine kung ano yan siya. Is it pitch, the action of pitching, itong pagtapon ng bola, to the game baseball or to the ball mismo. Baka yung bola, yung pinitch mo, yung baseball ang nakapitch. So we have to determine that one through these choices rather. So we have here the first choice is cast the fish. You don't actually cast the fish. You cast the, what do you call this? The net or the fishing hook. Yan. Yun yung kinakast mo, not the fish. But you cast that to catch the fish. So, hindi siguro yan yung sagot. Okay? We have the choice number 2. Sabi niya, hurt is to discuss. Number 1, discuss is not an adjective. I mean, it's not an object. Okay? And it's also not a game or an activity. So, dito pa lang, hindi ko na siya makukonsider. Punch is to face. You don't you don't use the face to punch, you use your hands. If, let's say, for example, it's an object, itong face. And activity, there's no activity that is called face. So, hindi rin ito siguro. Boating, yes, boating is an activity, but you don't serve on a boating event, okay? You don't do this as the main action. Hindi ito yung pinaka main action mo when you do boating. You actually do rowing. Yan, yung nagsasagwan ka. But on the number 5 na choice, sa tennis, tennis could be the tennis ball, or tennis can be yung laro mismo na tennis. So, you can have a strike sa game na tennis. Sabi nila. I'm not really sure because I don't play the tennis. But for the four options na hindi siya yung sagot, the first four options na hindi yung sagot, more likely, even though I'm not really aware of what are the moves in tennis, so I would choose number 5. So for me, the answer is number 5. Strike is to tennis as pitch is to ball. Okay? Okay, now let's try here on number 67. Sabi dito sa number 67, we have blank is to words as dictionary is to blank. So, dalawa yung unknown, double word analogy pa rin siya. However, unlike kanina, mas madali siyang isolve. Ngayon, ang hirap na. Kasi nga, yung hahanapin mo is yung word number 1 natin, which is ka-pair ng given word na words. And then, yung, again, word number 3 natin, which is ka-pair ng blank word na hinahanap pa rin natin, which is word number 4. So, ang gagawin natin dito is dapat may relationship yung first word or given dito sa choices and then the second word given dito sa definitions. Actually, this should not be that. Ito dapat is semicolon to tell you na this one is another idea and the other one is another idea. Anyway, pwede rin naman comma. Comma would be also suited or best for this. Now we have here, ang sabi dito, is dictionary related to words? Yes. However, yung directory, hindi siya related sa definitions because ang nakikita sa directory is, number 1, pangalan ng tao, lugar kung saan sila, and contact number usually, right? So we need to find here things that might be related to directory. We have names and addresses, schedules, not so much, formula, not so much, and definitions, not really. However, dapat yung may relationship dun sa word na directory, meron ding relationship sa word na words. For example, we have here sa names, di ba? Directory is the names as glossary is to words. Yes, there's a relationship with this one because glossary is composed of list of words. Yung itinerary. Yung itinerary natin is, hindi naman words yung laman niya, but schedule. Ito, schedule ang laman niya. So, medyo, dapat dito yan siya for this to be correct. However, hindi. So, we have here answer number 3 or choice number 3 as the correct answer. Glossary is two words as directory is to names, meaning the glossary contains words, the directory contains names. Number 68. Number 68, ang sabi dito sa first word pair natin, we have isiwalat as is to ilihim, meaning to reveal something, isiwalat, as to ilihim, itago, or is to ilihim, or to keep it a secret, itago, you hide this, you cover it. And the second word pair is unknown. So, ang relationship ng first word pair natin, yung isiwalat at ilihim are antonyms. Magkaiba sila, magkasalungat sila. So, maghanap rin tayo dito ng salungat sa choices. So, we have number 1, alagaan and arugain. Alagaan and arugain, they're actually almost the same. They're synonyms. So, hindi yan siya yung hinahanap natin. We also have here palaguin at paramihan or paramihin. Mali rin yan siya kasi nga magkakapareha sila. Gunitain at kalimutan. Gunitain is to remember. Kalimutan is, to forget. So, pwede ito. Itabi muna natin yan siya kasi mamaya meron naman tayong hahanapin. Baka meron pa ditong iba. So, kapag meron, i-compare na lang natin sila. Pag wala, so ang sagot natin is yung choice number 3 na. We have number 4, suwayin and tularan. Suwayin is, I think this is to not follow, kumbaga disobey. Yeah, disobey. Tularan is to follow, so or to obey. So parang pwede. Pwede. Okay, lagay natin yan siya diyan. Pagsikapan, paasahin. Pagsikapan, paasahin. Mukhang hindi naman siya related, right? Hindi siya related. Now, meron tayong dalawang problema here. Suwayin at tularan and gunitain at kalimutan. Almost the two of them are related with each other. Parang synonym siya, right? Pero ang kailangan nating mahanap is yung pinaka-synonym talaga sa kanila. Okay? Again, yung kailangan nating hanapin is yung pinaka-synonym talaga sa kanila. So, tingnan natin. So, sa mga ganitong cases, ang nangyayari is, if meron dalawang antonyms sa inyong choices, you have to choose yung may direct relationship na antonyms talaga. For example, nung binasa natin ang number 4 or choice 4, suwayin, it could be disobey or it could be unfollow, right? Or not to follow. So, dalawa yung naiisip kong salita. So, katulad nito, meron pang isa tularan. It could be to follow or to copy. Marami siyang pwedeng iba pang word. Parang hindi siya ganun ka-direct na relationship. Although kapag gamitin siya sa sentence, pwede siguro. Depende sa pagkakagawa ng sentence or ng pangungusap. So, ang gagawin ko is pipiliin ko yung alam ko talaga na total opposite niya. So, we have here, gunitain, to remember, and kalimutan, to forget. Alam na alam ko na, in this case, ito yung pinakamalapit sa sagot. So, number 3, ang ating sagot dapat. Okay? So, gunitain and kalimutan. Now, for number 69, we have immigration, yung IMMI, immigration, and then emigration, EMIGRATION. Ano ang pagkakaiba nila? Ang immigration kasi, naririnig natin to sa mga, let's say for example, US. They're not really welcoming, some of them are not really welcoming with immigrants. Ayan. And medyo iba yung pagtingin nila. So, yun yung remember ko kapag nakikita ko tong word na to. Especially during the Trump administration. So, ito siya, these are people who go into a country. So, it is an act of coming into a certain country. Kumbaga, sa atin, mag-i-immigrate yung, let's say for example, taga Saudi, taga China, dito sa Pilipinas. Sa Philippines. So, ang tawag doon is immigration. IMMI na immigration. Yung emigration naman is galing sila sa country na yon. So, they emigrated from, okay? Etong immigration, they immigrated to doon sa isang country. Yung emigration, they emigrated from. Therefore, the relationship that they have is somewhat kind of the opposite. Okay? They are opposites. So we need to find a word that are also opposites. So we have here graduation and commencement. Ang ibang term pala na tinatawag sa graduation, yung nakikita natin dun sa may mga background is commencement exercises, etc. So therefore, they are synonyms and they are not the answers. We have also natality and mortality. Kapag sinabi nating natality, it's natal, yung pagpanganak. Di ba nakita niyo sa mga brochures ng mga um, OB-GYN or yung mga nanganganak. So, natality is birth. Etong mortality naman is death. Okay? Pagkamatay. So, they are opposite. So, baka ito. But, kagaya nung kanina ng question natin, hindi natin alam na ito na yung final na sagot. So, hanapin natin yung iba pa rin. Okay? I-compare pa rin natin yung iba. Baka meron pang ibang magka-opposites. So, we have here hibernation and estivation. Na pagkakaiba ng hibernation sa estivation is that hibernation is yung pagtulog or being dormant in cold periods, katulad ng mga bears, 'di ba? Yung mga grizzly bear natin. Natutulog sila during the snowy or cold season. Yung estivation naman, yun yung pagiging tulog or dormant sa hot periods. So, hindi ko pa alam kung ano yung mga animals that are dormant in hot periods. Siguro ako. But then, medyo opposite siya, yes, but hindi gano'n ka-direct. So, eto, maliit lang na check ilalagay natin. Okay, meron siyang konting opposite pero hindi naman gano'n ka-direct katulad ng natality and mortality. So, for me, mortality at saka natality pa rin yung pinaka-best answer. Now, how about here? Verbal and oral. When you say verbal and oral, hindi naman lahat ng verbal is oral, but they're in the same category. So, hindi pa rin ito. Mimicry is yung the animal's ability to adapt through the use of copying other predators para mapagkamalan silang predator, right? So, hindi ito yung sagot natin kasi nga, hindi siya direct opposite ng protection. Okay? They do it for their own protection against predators, pero hindi ibig sabihin na, it's mimicry. Hindi lahat ng klase ng protection is mimicry. Or hindi lahat ng mimicry is not protection. So we're looking for the opposites, by the way. So our answer for this case is most likely number 2. Natality is to mortality. Kasi ito yung total opposites. Now, how about, kagaya ng immigration and emigration. Now, how about number 70? Number 70, iyak is tutawa as blank is to blank. Again, double word analogy. Iyak is tutawa. They are opposites or they are antonyms, right? So, we need to find another antonym for this one. Bigay at balik. Pwede. Bigay at balik, pwede siya. You give it to them and they return it to you. Pero, give and get, mas kuha. Feeling ko mas direct relationship yung bigay at kuha. Siguro kung kuha ito, I'm sure ito yung sagot. But for now, try na muna natin maghanap ng iba. Number 2, sunod. Number 2, we have pikit is to tulog. You close your eyes. Umipikit ka para makatulog ka. Ang hirap naman sigurong matulog ng nakadilat yung mata, right? So, we have here, this answer is somewhat wrong. Okay? We have number 3, buhay. Buhay? Buhay. Dalawa kasi to buhay na alive or buhay na life. Buhay is to gising. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi ka gising, eh, hindi ka na buhay. Hindi siya total opposites, pero hindi rin naman siya total synonym. So, wala yan. And then we have number 4, urong, sulong, or forward, and then backward. Oh, pwede, direct. So we have here direct relationship na opposites. And then labas-masok. Ang labas-masok, parang katulad din siya ng urong-sulong. Yun nga lang ang problema. Labas-masok is to go outside. I mean, labas is to go outside. Masok is kind of pasok. Yun. Pasok, to enter or to go inside. Ang medyo opposites dito is yung 1, 4, and 5. Pero hindi naman kasi ginagamit na I mean, ginagamit na term talaga yung labas at saka masok or labas and pasok. And out of all of them, out of the three of them, yung sure ko na laging opposites yung urong-sulong. So para sa akin, yung pinakatamang sagot is urong-sulong. Mas relevant siya, kumbaga. Mas straightforward din siya, direct total opposite. So ang pipiliin ko dito is urong-sulong. Although if you want words na may konting nuances, yung nuances, meaning may konting subtle difference lang. Hindi naman ganun ka-total opposites, pero may subtle difference, may pagkakaiba. So, ang tawag natin doon is mga nuances. Ang labas-masok, may nuance siya, pero hindi kasing direct with urong-sulong. So, para safe na lang, ang gagamitin ko is urong-sulong. Di rin naman pwede na tatlo yung sagot sa exam, pero yung pinaka-best yung hahanapin natin. In this case, it's number 4. We have number 71. Number 71, blank is to rocket as meander or yeah, meander. I read this as meander, but you can always correct me if I'm wrong, just in case. Meander is to blank. Again, sabi niya, blank is to rocket as meander is to blank. So, katulad nung kanina, hahanapin natin yung words on the first pair here sa choices na directly related sa rocket or what we do with the rocket. Rocket here is the object. So, wala namang ibang klaseng rocket, 'di ba? Object lang naman siya. So, daming klaseng rockets, but they're all objects. So, I'm gonna have to make you assume na yung hinahanap natin dito is an object din. So, meander, nagmi-meander na object. Now, for those who are not aware, meander is to parang twirl, circle or twirl around. Ano pa ba? To turn, pwede rin. At wavy motion, ganon. So, winding, depende. So, ang daming meaning ng meander, depende sa pagkagamit. So, we need to find here words or objects, by the way, objects that either twirls, swirls, turns, or ano pa ba? Ang dami pang ibig sabihin ng meander eh. So, mga ganong klaseng object. And as for a glide is not an object. Ascend, also not an object. Stream could be a verb, like what we're doing is streaming, or stream like water stream. So, it could be a noun. So, dyan lang muna yan siya. But a stream does not meander. Hindi nagme-meander yung stream. Lalo-lalo na yung tower, right? Do you see a twirling or turning tower? Hirap siguro nun, no? So, wala ito and wala ito. And even if hindi ko pa siya nakikita yung first pair of choice natin, ang ripple kasi, the ripple, let's say for example, you throw a rock in the water, yung water magpo-form ng mga circles or na medyo wavy. Ayan, nagwe-wave, nagwe-wave. So, maybe yung tinatawag dito or nagtutwirl maybe, na nagsi-circle, nagtiturn na, ano ng tubig. So, maybe this one, a ripple can meander, you know. As to a rocket, hindi naman nagdidrift yung rocket. Hindi rin nagmamount. Rail, I haven't encountered this word yet. Pero sabi nila yung rail daw is a small stream. So, wala siya kinalaman sa rocket. Ang run, I haven't seen a rocket na nagra-run. It soars to the sky. It flies, pero it's not running. Creepy siguro kapag nagra-run, no? Gumaganon-ganon yung rocket. Anyway, the answer here is number 5. So, a rocket soars as to a ripple meanders. Okay? The answer here is soar is to rocket as meander is to ripple. Pala, ripple, meander is also, sabi dito, turn, turning, curve, loop, zigzag, and bend. Number 72. Number 72, litro. is to tubig as gramo is to blank. Tubig is an object. Okay, tubig is a thing. It's an object. All of these almost are objects except for taas. So taas, tanggalin na natin. Gramo is a measurement. Liter is also a measurement. So, isang litrong tubig, a measurement of tubig or water is litro. Therefore, we need to find an object here na ang measurement niya is gramo, per gramo. The aras, if you are not yet aware of what an aras is, let's say for example, this one, aras, yan, yung mga coins or dowry na binibigay ng groom sa bride, we call those aras. Or sometimes, it's just symbolic. Hindi naman siya talagang dowry. Depende kasi sa ano, sa kultura nung Filipinos. But mainly Filipinos give aras, mga Kristiyano give aras to the wife. Ang lalaki nagbibigay ng aras sa wife niya. So, yung mga coins na yun, hindi ko alam kung ilan ang bilang actually, but the groom gives coins to them. So, ang tawag doon is aras. Gaas is yung gas. So, isa lang naman ang nabibilang or name-measure ng per gramo, which is yung harina. Ang hirap namang bilangin o i-measure ng klima based on gramo, no? Kung malamig yung panahon, binibilang mo ba siya by gramo? Hindi naman. So, eto yung sagot natin, number 3. At least you've learned a new word right now, yung aras. We have number 73. Sa mga hindi pa ha, kasi hindi naman lahat nagsasalita ng Tagalog. Kahit nga Tagalog or Filipino ang inyong pananalita, hindi niyo na rin naman alam minsan yung mga salitang medyo matagal nang ginagamit o hindi naman gaanong ginagamit ngayon. So, aras. We have number 73. Number 73, we have tawa is to hagik. Tawa. And hagik-hik, tawa means laugh in English. Hagik-hik is giggle. Or medyo tawa siya pero medyo soft lang. Okay? We have iyak. And then we have also the choices. Luha. Luha hindi siya klase ng pag-iyak. Okay. Ito, klase ng tawa. Tawa, klase ng tawa, pero medyo hindi ganun kalakas yung intensity. Ang luha, it's tear. Hindi siya yung klase ng pag-iyak. So, hindi yan siya. Ngal-ngal. Ngal-ngal is yung parang you're crying really loud. Yung wailing talaga siya. Loud crying ang ngal-ngal. So, kanina yung hagik-hik is a soft tawa lang. Ano lang, pang binibining tawa. So, dapat pang binibining iyak din yung hinahanap natin. Hindi ngal-ngal. Pang bata yan siya. Pang tantrum yan siya. So, hindi yan. Ang uha naman, I don't know what uha is. Yung sound ng mga bata. Charot lang. So, yun yung uha. And it's not hindi naman ibig sabihin na kapag yung iyak ng bata is parang soft iyak yun siya. Hindi yan siya soft umiyak ang mga bata if you have been a mommy or tagabantay ng bata. So, hindi yan yung hinahanap natin. Yung unga naman, this is not a form of iyak, but maybe, pero usually hindi. Parang tunog ito siya ng baka? Baka or carabao? Baka is moo or hindi ko alam. This is an animal sound. Hindi siya iyak. Okay, lalo na ng tao. Yung humahagik-hik lang naman is usually mga tao, mga binibini, mga dalaga, ganun. Mga babaeng Pilipina, charot. And then we have dalagang Pilipina. And we have here number 1, hikbi. Hikbi is yung iyak na medyo ano lang, less intense na pag-iyak. Ano nga ba tawag doon? Yung parang nagsasob ka lang, gano'n. So, this is sobbing, yung hikbi, sobbing. Hindi siya ngalngal, hindi siya loud wailing. Wailing kasi to. Loud crying, hindi gano'n. So, sob lang siya. Yung parang Maria Clara na pag-iyak. So, we have here, number 1 is the answer for option 1 is the answer for number 73. Now, number 74, ang sabi dito, this is actually, from dito ha, from number 73, 72, Yeah, 72, 73, and 74, maybe up to the last number now, word analogy. We have single word analogy. So for number 74, healthy is to fit as adventurous is to blank. Healthy and fit, although hindi sila ganun ka-directly synonymous, pero meron silang mga nuances. Parang konti lang naman, yung subtle difference lang. So we have healthy, almost synonymous of fit. Therefore, we're looking for words na almost synonymous kay adventurous. Adventurous, not creative, definitely. Not heroic. Not all heroic people are adventurous. Although, kapag heroic ka kasi, very, very brave ka dapat. So I don't know. Maybe ilagay lang muna natin to for now para meron tayong pagpilian, maybe. Ayan. So, let's try that one muna. It could be, pero ano kasi to, very brave, very strong. Hindi lang kasi siya very brave ang tao, very strong din. But let me see. Courageous, para silang OUS. Healthy and fit. Healthy is somewhat when you're healthy, I mean, when you're fit, it doesn't really mean that you're healthy. When you're healthy naman, hindi naman ibig sabihin that you're actually really fit. Pero mas mataas na level ata ng pagiging healthy ang fit. Ayan. Um, anyway, we have here productive, hindi siya adventurous, wala siyang kahit anong kinalaman sa word na adventurous, and as well as resourceful. Ang problema ko nito is yung number 1 and number 3. Adventurous, when someone is adventurous, ano ba? Oh yeah, they need courage for their adventure, right? Hindi naman lahat ng adventurous is bayani, okay? At na lang, lahat ng adventurous are matapang, courageous, okay? They face their fears, kaya nga tinawag na adventurous. Heroic naman, you need to save someone. Parang ikaw yung gusto may sinisave. Although, kailangan mo maging adventurous for this, kailangan mo maging courageous for this, pero you can only be called heroic if you've done something really great. If you have protected someone, if you have saved someone, and you don't need saving people to be courageous or to be adventurous. There are other things you can be known as courageous. Ito na lang yung parang yung parang pinili kong rason. Pinili kong rason para ang sagot is courageous. But actually, this is the right answer, okay? Courageous, not heroic, even though almost malapit sila and mas mataas yung intensity ng heroic kumpara sa adventurous, which is in line sana sa healthy and fit. Yun nga lang, you don't need to save people to be adventurous and courageous. Salumpuit. This one is bringing back memories. The first time I have encountered this word was when I was in um I think high school. Hindi ko lang alam if it's second year high school or third year high school. Kasi nga, this word, by the way, this word was introduced to us in a Filipino class. And sabi doon that time, that was almost magto 2 decades na ata. Uh, Maybe a few years na lang, 2 decades na. Sabi doon, ang salumpuwit daw kasi is tawag sa mga bagay na sumasalo ng puwit. And at that time, upuan yun siya. So, ito, salumpuwit at upuan is synonymous. Yan, parang old word natin ng upuan is yung salumpuwit. Now, maghahanap tayo dito ng mga words na parang modern yung pangalawa and then old word ng modern word na yon yung unang word. Okay? So, we have pagkain is to mesa, not really related at all. Doctor is to pasyente, hindi. Hindi old name ng pasyente ang doktor. Haligi is to bahay. Hindi naman part ng bahay yung hinahanap natin. So, dalawang magkaparehong bagay, pero yung isa is lumang pangalan. Daluyan at pintuan. Daluyan is where things flow. Yan. So, pintuan is a door. Therefore, it's not a choice. Ang naiwan na lang is yung durungawan at bintana. yung dudungaw ka, you will have to look outside. Durungawan, meaning that's where you look outside. You know, that's where you see the view. And usually that's a window. So, bintana and durungawan is our answer. Okay? Dudungaw ka, lalo kapag may manliligaw ka. Kung wala, edi stay ka inside. Number 76. Number 76, plant is to oxygen as blank is to blank. Double word analogy na siya naman ulit. So we have here plant is to oxygen, plant gives off oxygen. Yung nire-release ng plants are oxygen, right? That's why we need plants kasi we need oxygen. Animals naman, they actually emit or release carbon dioxide and we are part of those animal. Nasa animal kingdom po tayo. So we have here, this could be our answer. Water does not give off hydrogen naturally. Okay? Hydrogen can be extracted from water through a process. So, hindi rin yan. Moon, selenium, I don't even know why it's here. Earth has nitrogen, yes, but the Earth does not give off nitrogen. Okay? Nitrogen exists in Earth, pero hindi si Earth yung naglalabas ng nitrogen. Ocean, hindi rin hydrogen oxide. Okay? OH. No, no, no. So we have here number 1, animal is to carbon dioxide is our correct answer. Number 77. Itong question na 'to, lagi ito siyang inulit. Parang nung mga nakaraang wave, may nagtanong nito eh. Kasi lumabas daw ito sa kanilang civil service exam. Sabi niya, ano po ba daw yung sagot sa cup is to lip as bird is to blank? Ang sagot ko dito is beak. Kasi number 1, eto, tingnan niyo, if you can see, we have a cup here. Merong ilang parte yung cup. We have a handle, kung saan hinahawakan natin, yung foot or base, kung saan pinapatong yung cup or nakatouch yung cup sa patungan. The body of the cup, itong buong katawan niya. And we have the only opening sa cup. Ang tawag natin dun is orifice. This is an orifice, by the way, or, hole, etc. Or lip. Okay? Ito yung lip. The lip of the cup touches our lips. Okay? When we drink. Kaya, ang only opening lang naman na meron yung, hindi naman only, pero main opening na meron yung bird na nandito rin sa choices natin, by the way, ang daming openings or orifices, yung birds or any animals in the animal kingdom. Pero yung nasa choices lang natin ha, yung hinahanap natin, is either the mouth or the beak. The bird has no mouth. Okay? Walang mouth ang bird. The bird only has a beak. Therefore, ang sagot natin is 1. Beak. To. Okay? Hope that settled them. We have here torch is to fire as beacon is to blank. Ang torch, if you have seen a torch, mga Olympics, etc., ang binibigay niyan or ang parang ang kine-carry ng torch is a fire. Ang nasa torch ay fire. Okay? If you have seen a torch, it has fire. Whereas the beacon could be any object that gives off light. Okay? Beacon of hope, etc. yung mga ginagamit nila. But a beacon is any object, especially if naglalaro kayo ng mga RPG games. We have yung Genshin, etc. You have to install a beacon sa mountain para makita ng iba, mag-signal sa iba, beacon ni Batman, etc. Yung ilaw na pinapa-flash niya para malaman, uy, Batman is here, etc. So we have here the answer, light. Okay? Beacon is to stone, hindi. Is to smoke, nope. Flame, nope. Tower, nope. Beacon is to light, as torch is to fire. Now, for number 79, we have compass is to direction, as vehicle is to blank. What you need or the function of a compass is to give us direction, right? Now, a vehicle, it does not give us highway, by the way. Also, not a driver. It does not give us a carrier. Yeah, although it is our carrier to do, to go to places, to go to a destination, but it is our means of transportation. It gives us transportation. And just in case ang kanyang, relationship is object eksaktong vehicle, tsaka compass is to function. The function of a compass is for the purpose or the function of a compass is for direction. The purpose or the function of a vehicle is for transportation. The answer is number 3, transportation. 80. Number 80, ang kudyapi ay sa musika. If you have seen a kudyapi, yung parang instrument na parang bangka ang itsura. Ang sintunis ay sa blank. So for this one, ang sintunis is actually this citrus fruit. Ayan. Ang ibang tawag sa kanya is sinturis or ano nga ba yun? Yung parang dalandan. Hindi ko alam kung dalandan ba talaga yan siya. Basta, ang sinturis ay prutas. Okay? Hindi siya laro, hindi siya tula, hindi siya pelikula or damit, isa siyang prutas. Okay? So the correct answer for this one is prutas. Now let's try the statements and conclusion or yung tinatawag nating syllogism part ng analytical reasoning exams natin. So we have here several examples. Ang sabi dito sa directions, by the way, before we start, we have to read the given statement or the passage carefully kasi hindi naman statements or list of statements. Usually naka-paragraph form siya. Read the given statement or passage carefully and select the option that best represents the most logical conclusion. Okay, yung pinakatama na conclusion based on the information provided. Again, based on the information provided and not on anything that we knew prior. Okay? Huwag tayong mag-assume. So, let's have here number 81. Sabi dito, the sentence that was given is isa lang ha. We have every basketball player is tall and then we need to check if yung mga sentence 1, naka-Roman numeral 1, 2 or 3 natin are correct. So we have here number 1 or sentence 1, anyone who is tall is a basketball player. Ang sabi lang naman nito is every basketball player is tall. Now, there could be many others. Ito tall. So, every basketball player tall yan siya. So, andito yan siya. Sa loob. Nasa loob. Basketball players, tapos tall. Hindi naman natin alam na yung nasa labas pala ng basketball players na bracket is malay mo ibang klaseng player naman to or malay mo non-player siya pero mataas siya. Nandito siya sa labas. So hindi naman lahat ng mataas is basketball player agad. So this one, mali na to. No basketball player is tall. Sa kakasabi nga lang na every basketball player is tall, meaning lahat ng basketball player. If you're looking for another word for every, it means all basketball player is tall. Kaya siya nasa loob, lahat siya dito, basketball player, all are tall. Lahat sila dyan matataas. Okay? So, ito siya, mali yan siya. And then, some tall people, again, we have tall people here. Some of them are basketball players. Therefore, some tall people are basketball players is correct. Okay? So, we have here the only number na merong 3 only is yung 5. So, choice number 5, ayan, which is ito. Ito lang naman yung tama, okay, is the correct answer. Okay? So, we have here number 82. Number 82, we have maingay ang lahat ng mga konsyerto, ng mga concerts. Concerts are all noisy. May maraming tao kapag maingay ang lugar. Maybe, not all the time, but maybe, nahihilo si Maria sa matataong lugar. Pwede siguro nahihilo rin siya because of these sentences. Nahihilo rin siya sa maingay na lugar o sa konsyerto. We don't know. Di lahat ng pagkakataon nahihilo si Maria ay nasa konsyerto siya. Ito yung gusto ko makita. Hindi naman lahat kasi ng oras na maingay yung paligid is ibig sabihin konsyerto na agad. So, tama itong isang sentence na to. Kapag wala sa konsyerto si Maria, hindi siya nahihilo. Hindi naman nakasabi. So, huwag tayo mag-assume. May mga konsyertong hindi nahihilo si Maria. Lahat ng konsyerto, sabi dito, lahat ng konsyerto ay maingay. And nahihilo si Maria sa matataong lugar. Pwede, siguro, uncertain nga lang tayo. Hindi kasi siya out of this Hindi siya 100% na totoo para sa atin. There could be cases, pero hindi always. Therefore, hindi ito yung tamang sagot natin. Nahihilo si Maria sa lahat ng mga konsyerto. Pwede. Yung number 4, nahihilo si Maria sa lahat ng mga konsyerto if ang cause ng, if yung mga konsyerto is maraming tao. Let's say for example, mataong lugar yung konsyerto. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na concert siya is maraming nanonood. So, hindi rin natin sure. Okay? Hindi tayo sure. Basta ang alam lang natin, di lahat ng lugar na nahihilo si Maria ay konsyerto. Okay? Kasi hindi lahat ng matataong lugar ay may konsyerto. Yun lang ang alam natin. Nasa konsyerto si Maria tuwing nahihilo siya. So, hindi rin tayo sure. Kaya ang sagot natin is number 1. Ito kasi walang direct relationship, okay? Ang pagkahilo ni Maria, ito, sa mataang lugar, yes. Maraming, 'pag maraming tao, medyo maingay and maingay ang konsyerto. Although, hindi direct yung relationship ni maingay kasi matao ang lugar sa konsyerto. Okay? Malay mo, maingay lang talaga yung mga instrument kahit wala namang tao. Yun yung ibig sabihin. Now, number 83, sabi dito, global warming is brought by the thick layer of carbon dioxide that blankets the atmosphere. Again, ang carbon dioxide, ang cause niya is, I mean, ang global warming, ang cause niya is carbon dioxide na, yung thick na layer ng carbon dioxide na parang nagko-cover or nagbo-blanket ng atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is the byproduct of burning oil, coal, and natural gases. So, nangyari dito, yung pag-burn ng oil, coal, and natural gases would lead to carbon dioxide emission, okay? And would also lead to global warming pag marami na. However, may sabi din dito, experts explain that carbon dioxide is not entirely harmful. Pag may mga word na entirely, katulad ng entire pizza o entire na an example ko dun sa mga verbal lessons natin, entirely meaning it's harmful. It is harmful, okay? Hindi nga lang lahat, okay? Hindi lahat ng pagkakataon, it is. But it is harmful. Hindi ibig sabihin na it's not harmful kasi ay, hindi naman pala entirely. Hindi na siya harmful, So, hindi ganun. So, number 1 is malina. Kasi sabi dito, carbon dioxide is not harmful. Ang sabi lang naman niya is not entirely. So, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na siya harmful. Kasi nga, may word na not entirely. Anyway, carbon dioxide is the main cause of global warming. Ang sabi dito, global warming is caused by the thick layer of, carbon dioxide. I mean, global warming is brought by the thick layer of carbon dioxide. Okay? And carbon dioxide is a product daw. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na ito yung main cause. Wala namang any word out there that says it's the main cause. Okay? Marami pa. Marami pang main cause. Yan, hindi lang carbon dioxide. Okay? Hindi naman nakasabi na main kasi dito. Brought by lang. Naging product lang siya. Naging cause lang siya. Okay. Global warming is consequence of people's harmful activities. Nasabi ba dito? Hindi, di ba? So, huwag tayong mag-assume. Global warming results from excessive burning of oil, coal, and natural gases. Sabi ko nga kanina, di ba dito, according to sentence natin or sentences, excessive burning of um, oil, coal, and natural gases lead to CO2 emission or buildup, and CO2 buildup leads to global warming. So, pwede ito siya, ito number 4. People should be aware of the effects of global warming. Nasabi ba here? Wala naman. Di naman yung idea ng author. Again, for this paragraph, yung nahanap lang naman is yung idea ng author. Therefore, the only possible answer is the sentence number 4, which is global warming results from excessive burning of oil, coal, and natural gases. Because of the link, ito, carbon dioxide na link with this carbon dioxide na link. Okay? Connected sila. Now, number 84. Number 84, it says here, people who eat too many sweets can have diabetes later in life. Maria eats 2 candy bars a day. Now, hindi naman sinabing too many sweets yung 2 candy bars a day, right? And cakes and pastries during weekends. Again, hindi na conclude. Although alam natin that it is too much, but hindi naman na-conclude sa sentence natin na for Maria, that's too much. Okay? Malay mo, may ibang tao kasi na, hindi naman ganun kadami sa kanila. Depende kasi dun sa metabolism. But, without that knowledge, even with the sentences alone, hindi naman nakasabi kasi na it's too much yung dalawang candy bars. Basta, ang alam lang natin is, people who eat too many sweets can have diabetes later in life. So, Maria may have diabetes one day. Maybe. Yeah. And Maria may not have diabetes one day. Oh, that's also might be happening, more likely. Either of the two. We don't know. Maria was born with a predisposition to sweets, hindi naman sinabi. Other things besides sweets and hindi rin naman sinabi. Some people are born predisposed to diabetes. Sinabi ba kay Maria or anyone? I don't think it was mentioned, right? So the only possible answer that we can have here is that Maria may have diabetes one day. There's a possibility. May yung ginamit niyang word, therefore it only shows possibility. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na yun yung mangyayari. Okay? We cannot assume. Therefore, we are uncertain. Ito yung pwedeng maging result natin kapag uncertain yung logic or yung sense ng ating sentences. Hindi tayo sure kumbaga. Certain or uncertain lang naman yan eh. Pag certain, true or false. Pag uncertain, may or may not. You know? Number 84. Number 85 rather. Number 85, if today is Monday, sabi niya, kapag ngayon ay Lunes, I will play computer games. If I play computer games, I will get low grades on mathematics. Talaga lang. I did not get low grades on mathematics. Therefore, sabi niya, pag Monday, magpa-play ng computer games. Pag mag-computer games siya, low grades. And low grades sa math. Ayan. Grabe naman. Hindi naman. Lalaro lang naman ako noon. Taas naman ang grade ko sa math. I did not get low grades on mathematics. Therefore, hindi nangyari to mga to. hindi ka, hindi niya sinabi if nag-play siya ng computer games. Right? So, ito, okay. So, anong pwede nating, ang i-conclude is, kapag directly proportional ito, kapag hindi siya low grades, therefore, hindi rin siya naglaro ng computer games and hindi rin Monday ngayon. So, ang nangyari is, if then kasi yun siya ang sentence natin. If it's Monday, then I will play computer games. If I play computer games, then I will get low grades. So, if then. So, parang nag-upisa din sunundan. Anyway, we cannot conclude that I play computer games kasi nga hindi naman low grades. Today is not Monday, maybe not Monday ito, not Monday. Today is not Tuesday, we don't know. Kasi kung hindi naman yun Monday, pwede maging Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, dami pang ibang choices. Today is Monday, hindi nga. Hindi nga Monday ngayon. Ayan, hindi. Kasi wala kang low grades, hindi ka naglaro, then hindi Monday. Today is Tuesday. We are not sure. So, the only possible answer is number 3. Number 86. Every student in class receives a high final mark. Lahat ng students daw sa class may high marks. High marks range from B plus to A. So, pwedeng, lahat sila could have any grade from this range. Marian is a student in the class. So, Marian could have any grades, high grades, from either B to A. So, let's go through our conclusions. All students receive a final marks of A. Hindi naman sinabi na lahat sila pare-pare ng grade, lalo na A. So, lahat lang sila may high grades. And meron tayong range ng high grades, so we don't know. All students receive the same grade. Hindi nga sinabi. Marian received a final grade of A. We don't know if anong grade ni Marian specifically. We cannot conclude. B plus, hindi rin. Ang alam natin, Marian received a high final mark in class. Kasi ito lang sinabi niya, every student in class receive a high final mark. Yun lang yung pinaka-sure natin. Yun yung sasagot natin. Therefore, the answer is number 5, Marian received a high final mark in class. Number 87. Number 87, no comedians are politicians. Wala raw comedians na politicians. Sana all. Pero meron eh. Anyway, kidding aside, we have here, some action stars are politicians. Are politicians. Ang hirap mag-conclude nito. Walang direct relationship ang some action stars at saka comedians. Okay? So, let's try this one. Okay. So, sabi dito sa first sentence, no comedians or politicians, therefore, they are what we call mutually exclusive. So, ito yung grupo ni comedians, ito naman yung grupo ni politicians. So, walang nagmi-meet with each other. Some action stars are politicians. So, if meron dito isa pang, square, yan. Let's say, for example, action stars ito. Merong konting overlap, okay, sa kanila. So, out of these Venn diagrams, let's try to conclude kung ano talaga yung mga pwedeng mangyari. Some politicians are comedians. Some politicians are comedians. Hindi nga. Wala. Walang politicians na, walang comedians na politicians. They did not intersect with each other. So, all action stars are comedians. Hindi sinabi. Konti lang. Some lang. So, yeah. Some action stars are not comedians. If some action stars are comedians, wait, nasabi ba? Parang hindi naman nasabi, di ba? Some action stars are politicians, ang sabi. So, dapat walang action stars na politicians. Right? Siguro masasabi natin na some politicians are action stars. Some action stars, eto, okay. Some action stars are not comedians. So, wala kasing action stars na comedians kasi hindi sila nag-intersect. Pero, politicians are not comedians. Politicians. Kasi mutually exclusive yung first sentence. We could put here, some action stars are politicians. Or some action stars are not comedians. Halos pareha lang yan sila. Kasi given na never nag-intersect itong dalawa. So, null set pa rin siya. So, we have here, our answer is only 3. Number 88. Number 88, all public servants holds public accountability. All public servants hold public accountability. Okay. Some public servants are sensitive to gender-related issues. Some. Okay. All people who are sensitive to gender-related issues uphold equality and strong. Okay. So I see. We need to find more specific. So, lahat yan siya may tendency, except sa number 2. Lahat yan siya may tendency to happen. Yung 1, 3, and 4. Okay? Pero we need a sentence. Ito. Not some people. Okay. Not some people, not some people, not some people. But the public servants. Ito. Itong public servants ito, may pula siya, di ba? Those people uphold equality and have strong sense of fairness for sure. Okay? Ang nagdetermine ng sentence na yan is ito, from some public servants, all people who are sensitive to gender-related issues and uphold sense of strong fairness. This is the conjunctive, if you can still remember. This is the conjunctive syllogism topic that we have, where the most sure conclusion that we can have is, let's say for example, we have here, are sensitive to gender related issues. That's the verb that we have, right? All people, by the way, the subject here now is all people who are sensitive to gender related issues. You can see the pattern where nung sa sentence number 1 natin, ay number 2 rather, na some public servants are sensitive to gender related issues. This is the predicate of that statement. Predicate natin yung may gender related issues or sensitive to gender related issues na phrase, right? On the third sentence, it started with the word all. All people who are sensitive to gender related issues. This is the subject of this statement. And the subject in this statement are people who are sensitive to gender related issues. They can be the middle term. Middle term na nawawala sa conclusion. Therefore, sa conclusion natin, we have the some public servants as our subject kasi yun na lang natira nung tinanggal natin tong predicate natin. which is common, by the way, in both sentences. Uphold equality and have a strong sense of fairness, which is yung naiwang predicate natin nung tinanggal natin tong subject natin na who are sensitive, people who are sensitive to gender-related issues. Therefore, according to the first format and rule of syllogism, yung sa conjunctive syllogism natin, I'm not sure if I taught this to you in our verbal class or analytical class. I haven't taught analytical class sa class lang daw. But I have been teaching this in verbal class sometimes, especially sa um reading comprehension part. So, hopefully you have read that one. Kasi ito siya, reading comprehension to siya eh. Analytical nga lang. So, the answer here is definitely number 5 because of the conjunctive syllogism. Okay? Where the middle term, a common yung term na yon both sa subject na isang sentence and sa predicate na isang sentence. So, mawawala siya. Therefore, the best conclusion that we can have is yung natira na parts merged together. Okay, so we have number 89. All mammals are warm-blooded. All persons are mammals. Okay. Yung all mammals sa sentence na to is the subject. All persons are mammals. It becomes a predicate. Conjunctive syllogism again. So we have here all persons are warm-blooded. Ang natira na lang is all persons, ayan, are warm-blooded, right? Pag tinanggal tong all mammals. Therefore, we need to find all persons are warm-blooded here. Disregard the others. And move on to the next. So you have here, all persons are warm-blooded. Number 90. Among the different kinds of values, value itself is valuable. Among the different kinds of values, core values siguro yung mga ugali, etc. Value itself is valuable. Yung kahalagahan itself is valuable. Mahalaga. When we attach value to our work, the work becomes purposeful. The success is inevitable. Um, okay, let's try to go through the conclusions. Let's eliminate our options. We are wrong about what we value, hindi naman sinabi. We should not like our work, opposite ng sinabi niya eh. We should pursue only our purpose in order to be successful. Not really, pero sige na lang, lagay muna natin ito dito. When we do our jobs, we ourselves are valuable. Lagay muna natin, and baka may mas maganda pang answer. Number 5, when we give value to our work, sabi dito, when we attach value to our work, it greatly contributes to success. The work becomes purposeful, the success is inevitable. So this is the answer, yung number 5. Number 91, ang sabi dito, Riza eats ice cream every day. All children who eat ice cream becomes overweight. Eat ice cream. Okay, Riza eats ice cream. All children who eat ice cream, that's the subject. Therefore, Riza will become overweight. Wait lang. Riza is overweight. Will become pa naman eh. Ang matitira na lang kasi is si Riza will become overweight. Yun na lang talaga yung natitira based on the syllogism that we have. Let me check before we go through it all. Okay, I see. Yeah, we can answer here. Number 5, Riza is overweight kasi nga she eats ice cream every day. And sabi dito, children who eat ice cream become overweight. Hindi naman kailangan na every day. So, yun lang yung chinek natin. Okay, so the answer is number 5, Riza is overweight. Now, number 92, mother asks Mila to feed the dog while she is out. She meaning Mila or mother? Mother. While mother is out, mother asked Mila to feed the dog habang wala siya. Si Mila lang tao sa bahay. When mother returned, by the way, mother was furious to find out, also this mother, that Mila did not do as instructed. Hala ka, Mila. Mila just looked at her, teary-eyed, but would still not move to feed the dog. Bakit kaya? So, we need to find an assumption. Assumption, pwede na tayong mag-assume. Okay? Mila has set the dog loose while she's feeding it. Hindi naman sinabi, walang indications. Mila is afraid of her mother, but not of the dog. Kapag hindi siya afraid ng dog, dapat napakain niya na, 'di ba? So, Mila is afraid of her mother just as she is afraid to feed the dog. We can see that this might be true kasi hindi niya napakain yung aso because maybe afraid siya sa aso and she was crying nung pinagalitan siya ng nanay niya. So, she might be afraid of her mother. Mila is afraid of the dog but not of her mother. So, sana pinagalitan niya or, sumagot-sagot na siya if hindi siya afraid sa kanyang mother. So, hindi yan yung sagot. Number five, Mila is neither afraid of the dog nor her mother. Eh, di sana walang nagkagalitan kasi napakain yung aso and, hindi siya umiyak kahit napagalitan siya. So the answer for number 92 is number three. Mila is afraid of her mother just as she is afraid to feed the dog. Number 93. Number 93, sabi ng statement, it will be a substantial achievement in the field of education if one provides one school for every village in our country and enforce attendance. Wow. Again, sabi niya, it will be a substantial achievement in the field of education if one daw makapag-provide ng one school for every village in our country and enforce attendance. Sabi dito, assumption natin, which we have to make sure if tama o hindi, is children in villages do not attend school regularly. Nasabi ba dito? Assumptions or provides one school for hindi naman. Providing school to every village is desirable. Siguro. Sige, let's see. Okay, so let's go back to the first assumption. Ang sabi kasi dito, it will be a substantial achievement in the field of education if one provides one school for every village in our country and enforce attendance. Um, this one's very forceful na word. Enforcing attendance, meaning may problema sa attendance. Maybe siguro yung children in the villages do not really attend school regularly. So, maybe, yeah, this is implicit. Okay, pwede. Pwede tayo mag-assume yan. Providing school to every village if desirable. Kasi sabi niya nga, substantial achievement. Hindi naman magiging substantial achievement yan if hindi desirable or hindi gusto ng lahat, di ba? Or ng iba, or ng marami. Therefore, both 1 and 2 are implicit. Okay? Number 94, tomorrow is not Wednesday nor Thursday. Yesterday. Okay. We have, sabi niya, now, this is today, tomorrow, ang T natin, and we have yesterday. Okay. These are the these are the rules. Tomorrow is not Wednesday, hindi siya Wednesday, nor Thursday, hindi rin siya Thursday. Yesterday was not Friday, Friday is a no-no, nor Saturday, no-no rin siya. And then today is not a Sunday, this is a no-no, nor Monday, Monday is a no-no, nor Thursday. Ito yung hindi ko nakita kanina. Thursday is a no-no. So, 7 days na may mga no-nos na siya. Okay? At least, kompleto na right now. Okay? Now, what we need to do is, we have to make sure na this one, siguro palitan natin yung color. Okay, try natin ang green. Okay. So, we have, let's say, for example, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, balik naman sa Friday. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if yesterday was Sunday, then today would be Monday. And sabi niya, hindi daw. So, cross natin yan because of this. If today is Monday, magiging Tuesday, ito. So, this will become Monday. And Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So, bawal din ang Tuesday kasi hindi siya Monday and Sunday. Now, we have here Monday, Tuesday, this will become Wednesday, therefore, hindi siya pwede kasi sabi dun sa taas, hindi siya pwede. So, mali na to. If this is Tuesday, then this will be Thursday, which is, by the way, hindi pwede kasi nga dito. And this will be Friday. So, hindi siya pwede maging Friday din. Yan. Kapag Wednesday siya, Wednesday, Ay, di. This will be Wednesday. Mali, mali. I made an error here. Although, hindi rin naman siya pwede. Pero, itama lang natin. So, we have here Tuesday. If this is Tuesday, this will be Wednesday. And this will be Thursday. Pero, hindi nga pwede yung Thursday sa tomorrow. Therefore, hindi rin pwede ang Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, hindi rin pwede ang Thursday. Dito nga, oh. So, hindi rin pwede Wednesday. And definitely, hindi pwede Friday dito. If this is Thursday daw, this will be Friday, wala namang restriction, and this will be Saturday. Hindi rin naman na-restrict. So, Thursday is not Friday and Saturday. Friday is not Thursday, Monday, and Sunday. And Saturday is not Thursday and Wednesday. Therefore, we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as our correct answer. And what we're being asked is today, we have number 4. Okay? Again, that's it. Let's have here number 95. In a 5-floor mall, lima daw ang floor. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's change our ink. Okay. In a 5-floor mall, the department store is on the floor below the cinema. Department store below the cinema. Litan natin. Wait. Department store below daw siya sa cinema. The hardware is on the floor above the supermarket. Hardware floor above the supermarket, but we don't know where the supermarket is. So, the top floor contains the appliance center. Top floor meaning sa 5th floor. Appliance center. Dito yun siya. Hanap natin. The cinema is on the same floor as the food court. Cinema and food court is the same. Whereas the supermarket is below the department store. So, nasa ilalim ng department store, supermarket. Okay. In what floor will you go if you will canvas for the price of house construction? So we have, wait lang, may kulang ata. The hardware is above the supermarket. The top floor contains the appliance center. The cinema is on the same floor as the food court, whereas the supermarket is below the department store. In what floor will you go if you will canvas for a price for house construction? House construction is nasa hardware. So in a 5-floor mall. Okay. So we have here, if let's say for example, the supermarket is, syempre, the hardware is above the supermarket. If the supermarket is, let's say for example, we have the first floor. So wala naman kayo makita na medyo mas mababa. Department store would be on the second floor. This one will be on the 5th floor. Ang na-describe lang na nasa taas daw ng department store is the food court and the cinema. Sabi dito sa department store is the floor below the cinema. Nasa below lang daw siya ng cinema. So if this is 2, then this is 3. Wala pang naka-occupy sa 4. So I would actually answer that we go to the 4. But the 4, I mean, the hardware can either be, pwede rin siya kasi maging sa second floor kasi hindi naman sinabi na, ano eh, sabi lang naman dito is, asa nga ba yun, the hardware is on the floor, the hardware is on the floor above the supermarket. Above the supermarket. Directly above, below the cinema, above the supermarket and department store. So, okay. If we assume na ang supermarket is below the department store, the department store might also have the hardware store. Pwede siya maging second floor rin siguro. Pwede siya maging second floor. Although hindi naman sinabi kasi na directly above. Pero we will just assume kasi sabi, meron siyang relationship with the supermarket. Below the department store, the hardware floor is the floor above, is on the floor above the supermarket. Okay, so for this case, maybe the hardware is on the second floor. Yeah, but the only floor that was not described is on the 4th floor. Again, the only floor that was not described is on the 4th floor. if it being, above the supermarket doesn't mean directly above or one floor above. Pwede yung sagot yung fourth. But just to be safe, just answer second. Okay, this one's an interesting one. You know why? Because as you can see here, three. And the only three things that I see here that's unique to white is the consonants. So we have WHT, three consonants. Sa red, meron tayong dalawang consonant, the R and D. Two, meron tayong dalawa ring consonant. Just checking. Sa yellow, meron tayong apat na consonant. Therefore, we need to count the number of consonants sa black, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, for us to find the correct answer, which is 4. Again, we're counting the number of consonants here. So that's the pattern for number 96. Number 97, four cats are lined up. We have Marco, Ellie, Pepper, and Nori. Nilinya daw sila. So this might be the line for the cats. We don't know. Marco is between Nori and Ellie. So Marco is between Nori and Ellie. We don't know if Nori is above or below. So ganyan na lang muna natin. With Ellie is between Pepper and Marco. So Pepper and Marco. Pepper is not the first in line. Okay, so medyo tumama lang tayo dito on this one. Sa apat sa kanila, sabi nga, napagitnaan ni Nori at saka ni Ellie si Marco. Nilagay ko lang siya dito. Hindi ko naman inassign talaga na andito. Pwede ko kasi yung ilagay ng arrow pa mamaya. So, lagay ko to arrow just in case. Pero, medyo sinuwerte lang tayo na nasa baba si Ellie. Kasi nga sabi dito, Ellie is between Pepper. Lagay ko siya sa baba kasi nasa taas na si Marco. And Marco. Pepper is not the first in line. Okay, hindi siya ang first in line. Pwede kasi na kapag si Pepper ang first in line, ayan. Um, siya yung first. Pwede, dapat nasa taas siya. Or pwede rin naman na maybe hindi naman yung sinabi kung anong convention mo. Hindi mo na pa naman nasa-set yung convention mo. So, ilalagay mo na lang yung convention mo mamaya. So, just put them everywhere. So, I have here, sabi kanina, si Marco nasa gitna ni Nori, tsaka ni Ellie. And then, si Ellie is nasa gitna ni Pepper and Marco. Ayan. So, pwede na kapag, let's say for example, si Pepper is the first in line, lagay ko lang dito 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay lang naman yan. Pero sabi kasi dito, Pepper is not the first in line, just in case. So, ang mangyayari is, ang ilalagay natin, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Any way it will go, pwede siya. Basta, ang numbering mo is tama. So, we can conclude that Marco is not the first cat in line. Ellie is also not the second cat in line. Nori is not the third cat in line. Pepper is definitely the last cat in line. Marco is behind Pepper. No. As you can see, second si Marco and Pepper is pangalawa. Okay? So, Pepper is the last cat in line. Number 98. A told B, sinabi ni A kay B na, kahapon, I met the only brother of the daughter of my grandmother. Now, when you see this kind of problem, sabi na, whom did A meet? Sino ba yung tinutukoy niya na nakita niya? So, ito tinutukoy natin is yung only brother daw. Only brother. Now, for these problems, pabaliktad tayo. Let's go backwards. The daughter, yung dalawa, the daughter of my grandmother. So, let's say for example, meron tayong grandmother dito, ito ikaw. So, if itong linya na to, or let's say for example, sa nanay mo, tatay mo, we don't know. We have here, the daughter. Sabi niya, hindi naman only daughter, but the daughter. So, I met the brother of the daughter of my grandmother. So, let's say for example, meron dalawang cases kasi na itong, related sa lola ko might be the daughter. And then one here could be the son. Ayan. So, ang only brother daw of the daughter, only brother, meaning dalawa lang sila. Okay. Only brother of the daughter of my grandmother. So, if this is the daughter of my grandmother, now, ang mangyayari dito is, hindi pa naman ako sure kung saan talaga ako related, sa daughter or sa son. So, ang gagawin ko, andito lang ako. Hindi yan incest ha. I mean, ang gagawin ko dito lang ako. Tentative pa yan kung sino siya ng talagang direct line ko or tatay ko or nanay ko. I don't know. Sabi niya, I met the only brother of the daughter. Only brother. This is the brother. Brother. Daughter. So, only brother ito of the daughter of my grandmother. Yan. Relationship niyo yung grandmother niyo. Sa, may isa pang pagitan. Whom did A meet? The only potential answer is, let's say for example, if tatay ko itong son, yan, tatay ko yung si son, the daughter would be my auntie. Yan. Pero hindi naman yan tinutukoy eh, kundi I met the only brother of the daughter of my grandmother. Pwede na, I am talking about my father. Yan, father. Kasi auntie ko yung isa. Pwede naman na yan yung nanay ko. Ito yung nanay ko. Mother. And uncle ko, itong isa. Now, upon seeing here, whom did A meet? Wala namang nakasulat na uncle. 'Di ba? Ang nakasulat lang is father. Therefore, tatay ko yung tinutukoy ko. Okay? Kasi the only option I have is either my auntie, if tatay ko to siya, or my mother, if uncle ko yun siya. So, wala namang, yung only son is wala namang uncle na nakalagay dito. So, therefore, tatay ko siya. Number 99, Jerlyn is taller than Henry. So, for me, taller people, nandito sa taas. Not so tall, nasa baba. Okay, I mean, sa convention lang ha. We have here, Jerlyn is taller, Jerlyn. Taller than Henry, but shorter than Elmo. Notice na isang linya lang to. If you can notice, this is just one line. Kasi isang sentence lang siya. So, per sentence, gagawa tayo ng linya. Okay? Per sentence, gagawa tayo ng linya. Vector, wow, what a name. Vector is taller than Karen. So, V taller than Karen. We don't know if any one of them is taller than, the others. Vector is taller than Karen, but shorter than Jerlyn. Definitely, Jerlyn, ilagay pa rin natin si Jerlyn. Si Vector, and then si Karen. Ilagay natin si Jerlyn para ma-connect natin yan. Okay? Pagilid. Vector, hindi natin alam if mas mataas siya kay Henry? Henry. Yan. Or hindi. So, we need to see later. But shorter than Jerlyn. Who is the tallest of them all? So, ang tinatanong lang naman ng tallest, imposible na si Jerlyn yan siya, or si Vector, or si Karen, or si Henry, kasi nasa baba sila. Therefore, Elmo is the only tall person here. I mean, the tallest person of them all. Okay? Last question, I guess. Let me see if this is the last question, really. Yeah, last question for the syllogisms or statements, assumptions, and conclusions. Okay, so we have this is not really the syllogism. This is right now yung kanina, this is the assumption and solution. Assumption and conclusion yung ibang mga sentences, pero syllogisms na lang yung nilagay ko kasi parang general umbrella niya na lang din yun. Because we have here V is taller than X. Ooh, VX. V is taller than X but shorter than Y. This is our first sentence. And shorter than Y and Z. So we don't know if si Y or si Z, I mean si Z is mas matangkad kaysa kay Y, pero we'll see later on. W is shorter than Y. W is shorter than Y. We have Y, therefore, connect natin yan. W shorter than it, but taller than Z. Okay, now, this is where it will matter. If, let's say for example, sabi niya, W is shorter than Y but taller than Z, Z must be somewhere over here, right? Therefore, mas mataas si Y kesa kay Z. So, let's have the final lineup muna for now, temporarily final. The YWZ VX. Yan yung bagong parang lineup niya. Arrange all five in a row according to height with the shortest at the left and the tallest at the right. So, shortest, itong sa baba sa pinaka-left, tallest nasa pinaka-right. Therefore, we have X, lahat ng X, yan, X, V, okay, the answer is number 2. X, V, Z, Y, W, Y, okay? Again, X, V, Z, W, Y. So for the last portion of our rationalization recording for today, for your mock number 7, number 66 to 110. So we have the abstract reasoning. And sabi sa abstract reasoning under the analytical reasoning exams, each of the following questions consists of 5 figures. And 5 figures na yun, and as a question, are marked A, B, C, D, and E. We call them the problem figures. Again, we call them the problem figures. Followed by 5 more other figures, yung nakamark ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we call the following answer figures. Select a figure from amongst the answer figures, which will continue the same series, meaning it will make sense yung 5 problem figures natin if dudugtungan natin ng isa sa mga answers coming from the marked 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 figure. Okay? So again, we have number 1. Select one figure from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito siya. To complete the A, B, C, D, E figure. Now, as you can see here, we have arrow up, S, N na parang baliktad, L na somewhat, rotated, and Y na somewhat rotated. Now, ang gagawin ko muna is nakikita ko na pareho naman yung letters nito. Ito, ayan, yan, yan, and maybe the coming one. Ang problema nga lang is magkaiba yung kanyang pagka-situate. Okay? Iba yung kanyang itsura, kumbaga. So let's try to see ano yung common or paano naging ganyan yung itsura niya afterward. If papansinin ko kasi, ayan, if let's say for example, i-mirror ko siya, parang kapareha yung itsura. Parang mirror ko siya tapos bring down ko, parang yung itsura niya. And then, let's say, for example, mirror ko rin, pabaliktad. 1, 2. Pinaliktad ko lang siya. Meaning, ito, minirror ko siya lang. Finlip ko vertically. Yeah, vertically. And ito siya, parang inikot ko lang. Binaliktad ko lang siya. Yung pa ganun. Ang tawag dun? Um, from, okay, inikot ko siya. Ito yung vertically. Ito yung horizontally. Flipped horizontally ito and flip vertically. Tingnan natin mamaya kung mag-iiba sa ibang shapes. Let's say for example, flip ko to siya um, horizontally. Yan. And then one, tama. So we have 1, 2, 3. Again, pareha lang siya ang nangyayari. So for this one, try ko naman, magiging okay. So I see. Hindi na ganyan yung kanyang shape. Kasi kapag binaliktad ko, pinaganon ko siya, eto. So ito yung susundin natin. Parang flipped here, flipped here. Kung ipapa-flip mo man siya, ito, papunta dito. Ayan. And this one, the mirror siya, dyan aside. So magiging ganito yung itsura niya. And then naging ganyan. Therefore, we need something to mirror this also. So, if this is the mirror image, dapat nakaganito. Para ito, nakabuka dyan. And then we have here, naka-straight. And then, ano pa nga ba yun? Yung ganun. So, parang ganito ata yung gusto nating makitang shape. Which is, by the way, ito and ito. Ang problema nga lang with these choices is pareho sila and we have a different letter here. So, as you can see naman, for this one, hindi magkakapareha yung mga magkakasunod na, na letters. And I have tried kanina finding the common gap between them, etc. Wala akong mahanap. Yun pala, ang nangyari is, kailangan ko lang piliin yung isang wala na dito. Kumbaga, hindi na siya naging letter dito. Therefore, yung number 4 na choice is mali na siya. Kasi nga, ang S nandun na kanina eh. So, nangyari na siya kanina. So, ngayon, gagawin ko, ang pipiliin ko na lang is yung number 3. Okay? Kasi C is hindi pa naman dumarating sa pattern natin. So, yun lang yung sagot natin. So, number 102 naman, tingnan mo. This one it will be fun kasi nga parang confusing siya sa una. But if you try to assign numbers to each side, for example, 2, 3, 4. Ang gagawin ko lang sa 5, sa gitna is gagawin ko siyang 5. Pwede rin naman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depende sa inyo. But for me kasi, try ko yung ganito. Sinubukan ko lang siya. So, for this side, dito, dito, at saka dito, nilalagyan ko ng numbers. Okay, lalagyan ko siya ng numbers para alam ko, let's say for example, magtatala tayo dito, lahat ng triangles, lahat ng squares, question mark, x, and equal. So, lalagay ko dito yung numbers nila. If ito yung number 1, ito yung number 2, pwede naman siguro ito yung number 3, ata, 3, or, asan ba? Siguro sundan na lang natin yung isang letra. How about sundan natin yung ano, yung unang pattern muna ng square. Okay? So, sundan natin yung unang pattern ng square. We have here 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, tama yun siya. Try natin to. So, we have sa square muna, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The square, we have 1, 2, 3. Sa C, 3 siya. Sa D, 4 siya. Sa E, 5 siya. Okay? Try natin yan. We also have a triangle. Sa triangle, 2, naging 3, naging 4, naging 5, naging 1. You're seeing the pattern here, right? So we have, let's say for example, yung x na lang, x. Tapos, ano bang sunod sa x natin? We have equal, and then we have question mark. Okay, sa x natin, we have, it started with 3, then 4, then 5, then 1, and 2. Sa equal naman, it started with 4, then 5, then 1, 2, and 3. And sa question mark, it started with, nasa 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4. We are expecting this to loop again. So, babalik siya sa first na image natin. Okay? So, dapat babalik siya sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang hinahanap nating image is yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or ito siya. We have square. Tama? Yung sa ikalawa, ito yung hinahanap nating image. 1, sa position 1 is square. Position 2 is triangle. Position 3 is X. Position 4 is, we have equal. And position 5, we have question mark. Therefore, ang hinahanap natin is itong number 2. Okay? Ang hinahanap nating shape is again, yung number 2. Just take a screenshot of it kasi baka ma-delete ko lahat ng annotation sa slides. Okay, next one we have number 103. Select a figure from the following na magko-continue. So, ang gagawin natin for this one is hahanapin muna natin yung pattern for each. Now, tingnan natin ha. In each step, tingnan natin. Ito, okay, magkakaiba sila. Although nape-place sila dito, try natin gawa ng number. Meron pa ba? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, meron siyang slots. Or, I think pabaliktad. Ito, bumaba siya eh. So, hindi yan. Okay. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Ito ha, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan yung tinutukoy ko. So, itong maliit, the small one, itong maliit, napunta siya muna sa 1, and then sa 2, sa 3, sa 4, bumalik siya sa 1. So, expect nating next move niya is pupunta siya sa 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and balik siya sa 1. Ang pagkakaiba nga lang, habang umiikot siya ng counter clockwise, yung kabaliktaran ng paggalaw ng clock, habang umiikot siya, yung nasa loob niya, ito, napapansin niyo to? Yan, one, bumababa. Yan, bumaba naman. Ito, ito, ito. Right? Umiikot siya. So, ito, nasa second position, pero dapat hanapin natin yung pag-ikot niya. Kasabay ng pag-ikot niya. Okay? We have here, let's say for example, pare-pare naman silang naka-second position eh. Okay. Counterclockwise, yung kanyang pag-ikot. Pero tingnan natin to. We have this one. Andito siya. Kung saan yung may gilid ata. Ito, dito naman siya. So, ito ata yung inoccupy niya. This one. One. Okay, one, two, three, four. Kanina, andito siya sa... Okay, let's say dito ang one. Ngayon, nasa two na siya pagdating dito. Two. We have... Ito na lang yung gagawin nating three. And then, ang four, wala siya sa four. Andito siya sa... Ito ang four niya. Four. Then we have five. Ito ang five niya. Okay? Again, one, two, three, four, five. Meron ba siyang pagkakaiba or pagkakatulad here? Nag-swap ata sila. Ito, then ito, ito. Okay, so yung pagkakapareha niya dun sa kabilang shape, meron ata silang relationship sa pagkakaikot niya sa kabilang shape. Kasi dun sa may maliit lang na shape, wala silang pagkakatulad. So, napapansin nyo ito, di ba merong ganyan? Yan. Kapag filled ito dito sa maliit, ito naman yung napupuno dito sa malaki. Right? Try natin kung ganun pa rin sa kabila. Ito napupuno sa maliit, ito naman sa malaki. With this one though, hindi ito yung napupuno. Yan. So, hindi yan yung gusto nating makita. Although, tignan natin. Ito, kapareha nito. Right? Pwede rin naman nating sabihin kasi na ito magkapareha, ito magkapareha. Right? So, baka ito magkapareha and then ito. Oh, tama. Magkapareha sila. Yan, magkapareha sila ng na-shade na parang portion. Okay, so let's try this one. If ito, dito siya na shape, dapat magkapareha din dito sa kabila. Okay? Hanapin natin yung shape na malaki na dito yung filled. So, merong dalawa. We have tatlo actually. One, two, three. Now, out of those, nakapareha nito, try natin naman na ganito. Okay? Yung sa malaki, dapat kapareha niya. So, we have here, pareha. Ito, hindi. Ito, hindi. So, the answer should be number 1. Again, the answer should be number 1. Titingnan natin yung sagot natin kung tama or pareha ba yung sagot natin dun sa answer key natin. Again, the answer should be yung number 1. So, papalitan ko tong answer key dito na binigay sa akin. Okay? Palitan natin ha, kasi nakita natin yung pattern eh. Papalitan ko yung sagot. If iba yung nakita yung sagot dyan, nakita nyo naman kung paano natin sinolve. So, alam niyo na kung saan galing. Okay? Ayan o. Ayan ha, magkakapareha yan. Pareha ito. At saka ito. Paki-ano na lang, screenshot na lang din, just in case. Alright, so let's have here also another pattern. Ang sabi dito, ayan. Okay, titignan natin yung sunod na image. Ito, lumipat siya dito. Pangalawa. So, galing dito, napunta siya dito. And, ito naman, sumunod siya dito. So, kung ito, pumunta dito, etong second place, 1, 2, sinundan niya. Ayan. So, dito siya. And then, yung kasunod na bakante, napunta naman sa kabila. Dito naman siya sa pangatlo. 1, 2, 3. And ito, fourth. Ayan. So, ang kailangan natin is dapat plus, minus, triangle, square, and yung bilog na itim. So, we have plus, minus, triangle, square, and hindi siya itim. Plus, minus, triangle, square, and itim. That's good. And wala na iba. Plus, hindi naman to minus eh. So, hindi rin yan. Hindi rin ito. So, ang tanging sagot lamang na medyo tama is yung number 4. Again, ang tanging sagot lamang na tama dito is yung number 4. Okay? Number 4. So, papalitan ko na naman yung answer key dito. And, ko-correct natin. Okay? So, we have number 4 yung tamang sagot. Okay. We have, ito. Again, itong una, pangalawang na move, pangatlo, pang-apat, and panglimang na move. Now, we have number 105. Number 105, ang sabi dito is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, bumaliktad siya. 3, stay pa rin siya. Wait, ano bang nagkaiba sa kanila? Okay, let's say for example, 1. I call this 1. Wala namang nagkaiba. Ito lang na yung ang nag-change. Out of this image, I think yung nag-change is nanatili ito for sure. Nagkaiba ito. And ito. Oh, okay. So, from this one, walang pinagkaiba. Lang, sandali. Meron siya 1. 1, 2, 3 ang nag-iba. Then ito, yung iba rin to. Nanatili ito, nanatili ito. Ito ata yung umiba. At saka ito. So, tatlo. So, we have, same siya, pero ito umiba. And, yan lang. Yan lang yung umiba. So, we have 1, 3, 3, 1. Sandali. Kung susundin natin yung pattern kanina, so, di ba, isa lang to. Naging tatlo. Lagyan kaya lang natin ng number. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try lang natin. So, nalipat si 1, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2. Okay, una wala. Then, naging 1. Then, naging 1, 2, 3. Then, naging 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Pinapunta naman sa 2. So, kung ganito ang sequence natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tapos balik sa 1, tapos 2, 2, pwede siguro na 2, 3, 4. So, try natin ang 2, same pa rin. Then we have 3, and we have 4. Kapareha ito, pareha ito. So, I think the answer is number 1. Pero subukan lang natin ulit. 2, 3. 2, 3 lang ito eh. 2, wala nang iba? Yeah, wala. Wala nang iba. We have 2, hindi rin. Um, nag, dapat magsistay yung 2. Tulad nito. So, stay ang 2. Ito lang ang mga pwedeng choices. Hindi na yan. Nag-stay ang 2. Ang nag-iba is yung, ito, 3 and 4. 3 and, di nag-iba ang 4. Di nag-iba ang ano, 4 lang. Yan, 4 lang din. Ano pa bang ibang nag-iba sa kanya? Ito, 4 and 5. So, ang tamang sagot lang is yung 1. Ayan, so 1 lang. So, ito yung pwede nyo maging sagot. So, ang nangyari is, we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Then 2, 2, 3, 4. And maybe yung kasunod is 5, 1, 2. Yan. So, the answer is 1. Ito. Okay, we have here next, ito medyo mahirap. Sabi kasi dito lang, 2, nalipat. Oh, okay. Nalipat siya. Ito, napunta dito sa pinakadulo. Parang umikot lang din siya. Kaso nga lang ito, na-move siya dito. So, parang nag-flip lang siya. Ang nangyari is parang nag-flip lang. So, dapat, andito yan, di ba? Ito, naging T. Ito, Y. Ito is, pag ganun. So, nag-flip lang siya. Nag-flip lang siya. And then, itong part na to, napunta dito sa kabila. So, ang nangyari is, ito, yan, naka sa kabila. Pero the rest is, sunod pa rin. Ito naman, nag-flip ulit siya dito. Nag-flip ulit siya papunta doon. Kaso, instead na T yung pinakalas kanina, yung T naman natin, again, instead na T yung pinakalas kanina, and ito square, tapos triangle. Ang square and triangle, nagkapalitan. Yung T and Y, ito, nagkapalitan din. Okay? Again, ito kanina, ito napunta dito, kabila, and then nag-flip. Ito na ang resulta. Ito naman, nagkapalitan silang dalawa lang, tapos nag-flip. Ito, na-move ulit siya. Pag pababa yung move niya, itong part na, itong part na Y, yung sa pinakadulo, kung ano mo yung pinakadulo, itong pinakadulo natin, napupunta dito, kabila. Then, nag-move papunta dun yung iba. Okay? Pero kapag nag-flip pataas, kung ano mo yung dalawang to, nag-i-exchange sila. Ito rin nag-i-exchange. So, pa-flip pababa na naman tayo. Ibig sabihin, etong part na to, mapupunta dito sa kabila. So, hanapin natin yung may mga square. Ito lang naman yung square na nandoon. And upon checking, etong tatlong to, nag-move nga, naging ganyan, ganyan, and ganyan. So, the only answer na naman dito is yung number 2. Number 107, we have, sabi dito, select a figure from amongst the answer figures, itong 1, 2, 3, 4, na magko-continue sa ating series. So, ito, sa middle natin ang unang nag-change. So, pareha lang ito, pareha lang ito. Ito lang na yung nag-change natin, una. And since nakapag-change na siya, hindi na siya yung nag-change afterward. So, ito, parang umikot. Umikot ata ito. Yan. And ito, umikot din siya. Same lang din yung nasa baba. Nasa gitna. So, kapag nag-change yung nasa gitna, hindi nag-change yung ito. Pero kapag hindi na nag-change ito, yan, eto naman yung umiikot. Ito naman yung umiikot. Therefore, since hindi nag-change yung gitna kanina, ngayon mag-change na siya. So, we have here, potential answer. Ito, potential answer. Ito, potential answer. The rest, cross na natin. Okay? Wala na yan. Problema nga lang, since ito, tong gitna, nag-change. yung dalawa should retain. So, ito, dapat kapareha nito yung mga pipiliing sagot. And then we have here, kapareha niya. Ito, kapareha niya rin. So, ito lang yung natira. The rest kasi iba. Okay lang naman yan. Iba. Okay lang yan. So, ang nangyari is, ang sagot is 1. Naantok na ako. So, we have here number 108 again. Number 108. 108. I wanna eat na. Number 108, we have arrows naman. So, ang arrow natin, pababa, napunta dito. Oh, okay. So, from baba, napunta siya sa sideward. Tawag ba dun? Eto, napunta siya sa... Eto, parang nag-flip siya. Nag-flip. Tapos, bumaba siya dito na side. And instead of turning 90 degrees, nag-turn lang siya ng 45. Ito, 90 to eh. 90 degrees. Nag-flip na naman siya. So, katulad na lang ito at saka ito. Para sila. Forever. Dito kanina yan siya. Napunta dito sa gilid. Napunta naman siya dito sa gitna ngayon. And right now, napunta na naman siya sa gilid. No, nangyari dito, from dito, napunta dito, naging 90 degrees. And the 45 degrees naman yung kanyang. Nag-change naman siya ngayon to 45 degrees. From dito, yan, napunta naman siya dito. So, we were expecting na andito yung susunod. So, ito, yan, pwede yan siya. Ito. Problema nga lang, every time nag-change siya ng box, ito, nag-change rin yung flip ng angle niya. So, eto nasa baba, tapos naging taas, tapos nasa baba, tapos naging taas, nasa baba. Therefore, magiging taas din dapat. So, lahat ng taas, ito, di ba nandito siya? Napunta na siya dito sa pinakasulok. Baba ito siya, yung kanyang arrow. Therefore, dapat taas. Baba ito, so hindi na yan. Hindi rin magkapareha, hindi magkapareha, hindi magkapareha. So, parang number 1 pa rin yung sagot. Okay? And kanina, sabi nga natin, nag-move siya ng 90 to 90 degrees. Nag-move siya ng 45. Again, nag-move siya ng 90 degrees. After no, nag-move na naman siya ng 45. I am expecting na mag-move naman siya ng 90 degrees. So, ito or ito lang naman yung sagot. And baliktad ito, therefore, ang sagot is number 1. Number 109, dalawa na lang. Number 109, we have, okay, parang T-shape ah. Teka, put T-shapes. Sige. Yung T-shape natin from here, tignan nyo, nag-move siya ng 90 degrees. Pumaganon siya, 90 degrees. Right? Okay. This is S, south. North? SN, NC, CP, PT, TV. Therefore, ang kasunod dapat is V yung nasa baba. So, parang ito. Okay, kasunod is V dapat yung nasa baba. Tanggalin natin yan. Ang kailangan problemahin is ito naman. So, from this side, hindi ako magbe-base sa sa T. Dito ako magbe-base sa dulo niya. Dulo, tsaka ito. Napunta siya dito na side. Yan. So, from here, napunta siya dito. Naging dito. Yung nasa vertex niya, yan o. Ayan. Punta siya dyan. And napunta naman siya dito. Sa pinakadulo, yan. Tapos bumalik na naman siya dito. So, parang 1, 2, 3, 4. Bumalik na naman siya ulit sa 1. Therefore, nahanap natin is yung 2. So, ito. Ang V kanina, yung ito, tsaka ito, bumaba. Kasi bumaba ito, is common sa kanilang dalawa. Therefore, the answer is number 4. And hopefully, I am recording this. Hopefully, naka-record siya. Kasi kung hindi, ang dami ko nang dinada. Tapos, hindi pala naka-record. Ayan, recorded siya. Okay, good. Going back, let's have here the last shape and puzzle before we finish the rationalization natin. We have number 110. Tok na talaga ako. Okay. Sabi dito, we have an image na, yeah, alam niyo na yun siguro, 5. Sabi dito, we have an image, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, straight yan sila lahat. Yung first na stick natin nag-curl, doon facing inside. Yung facing inside natin nag-swap into facing outside. Tapos, yung second natin is nag-face inside. And then, bumalik na naman siya sa pagiging straight. 1, 2, tapos straight. Bumalik siya sa pagiging straight. And then, yung sumunod is about face, yung second kanina, yung naka-face inside. And then, so on. So, the pattern will continue. Naging straight, straight. Maging straight din dapat itong pangatlo. So, we need pangatlong straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is all of them, by the way. Kung ang pangatlo natin is straight, eto dapat, ito nasa gitna, ay pang-apat, palabas. Okay? Kasi nasa paloob siya kanina eh. Palabas na siya ngayon. I mean, papuntang left. So, ganap tayo dito ng pang-apat na papunta sa left. Pang-apat na papunta sa left. Ito lang naman yung pang-apat na papunta sa left. And yung straight natin kanina, if following the same pattern, straight, curve, curve, straight. Itong straight natin na panglima kanina, dapat magka-curve siya papunta sa right. Therefore, ang tamang sagot natin is yung number 5. So, lahat sila naging straight. Ito naman yung naging curve. So, dapat yung sagot natin is number 5. So, that's it para sa ating rationalization. Hopefully, you have learned how we can answer those questions and what are the correct answers for those questions. Thank you so much for being with me sa rationalization natin for number 66 and 110. See you again next time. Bye!